Good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday morning. It is the 20th of October, 2024, and it is, guess what time it is, kids? It's high strangeness time. Anyways, it's 10:57 a.m. on the East Coast. I hope everybody's having a good morning. I hope you got your warm beverages together this morning, no matter what it is. I don't even need to know. You know what mine is. You know what Eric's is. And we have Eric in the house. And we're going to start today off talking with Eric about his encounter and stuff, investigation yesterday evening on the live, and how it abruptly ended. And I know everybody was concerned about him. And, we're going to get into all that today and more. Right here in a little bit. So let's get through the disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer is the channel may use some copyrighted material without specific authorization of the owner, but contends that it falls under the Fair Use, which is the Copyright Act of 1976, which Nighthawk High Strangeness podcast channel is allowed fair use under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 for purposes such as criticism, parody, commentary, news reporting, teaching, research, investigation, and entertainment value. So, that being said, that includes the music too, Facebook. So, just so you know. And if anybody's interested in the app that I use for the opening credits and the closing credits, it is an app called, oh God, what is that app called again? Good Lord.
No, you don't do buy me a coffee.
Buy you a coffee. That's for sure, man. 'Cause you're going to need it because you were up late. But,
That's me, and that's mine. Buy me a coffee is mine. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Oh man, I can't think of it.
I think we both had a rough night, to tell you the truth. I had some weird stuff happening too here. So, and I know you had some weird stuff because I even felt it there on the live. And I'm sure that everybody in the chat wants to get into the meat and potatoes of it and see what you felt and, why you left so abruptly and basically, all the nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah. So just I mean, they're hey Larry, the leaving abruptly wasn't really by choice. When I hooked my thermal camera up to my phone, because I was streaming from Talk Studio from my phone, which I've never streamed from that platform from my phone before. So, I mean, last night was the very first time I've been on an investigation that I actually streamed from Talk Studio. And that doesn't have an app. So I actually had to go in and go to the actual Streamlab Talk Studio website to do it.
Yeah.
So when I plugged that in, that took my mic away, that took my camera away. I was able to finally get my camera to come back up, but I couldn't get my mic to come back up. No matter, I mean, I was trying there for a little bit, and I just couldn't do it. So I was like, that's why I had to shrug and cut off. So I was like, well, I hate doing that, but there ain't nothing. I can't type. I can't type on my phone on it,
right?
Which sucks. So if I can find another way to stream and not have to use my phone while I'm doing these investigations, I'll have to do it. Otherwise, I have to scroll to see comments. I can't type comments in. And hey, Monica. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Monica,
sadly.
Larry,
I apologize for that. It was a learning experience.
Yeah, it was definitely shocking as abruptly as it ended. I mean, that's just, I know that Roxanne and I were worried, and I know everybody that was on the live last night was wondering, how you were doing, and they wanted to make sure you were okay. So just from the beginning, Eric, what was your overall feeling about that land?
Dude, there is something ancient there. There is really something ancient there. There's a lot of death, which makes sense because that whole area, there was a lot of Civil War battles fought in that area. A lot. Aurora was started as a lead mining town for the Civil War. Of course, you had the
Mm-hmm.
Battle of Wilson's not far from there, which was a Confederate victory. Then they fought all the way down to Pea Ridge, Arkansas, which turned into be a Union victory down there. So there's a lot of death down in through there. I mean, tons of which you can feel the paranormal. The paranormal was thick. That wasn't what was bothering me last. But the paranormal was thick. What was bothering me was something that felt very old, very evil, very supernatural. That was what had
Mm.
me on edge. I mean, if y'all ain't experienced it, I don't know. I don't know how to. Hey, Candy. Hey, Rhonda. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like very, very heavy. And it was so
Candy,
heavy that it was actually jacking
Rhonda.
with my vision a bit. And that's how I knew this was old and this was strong because it was even affecting my vision a little bit. And then I kept having that pull to the west on the other side of that low water bridge. I mean, ever since I parked my truck there, I had a pull to go down this area. Something was wanting me to go down this area. And I was like,
Yeah,
dude, I really
yeah.
want to, because the inquisitive side of me, the investigator side of me is I want to check this out. At the same
Well,
time, I kept telling myself,
yeah, I
go
can, I
ahead.
can tell you from my perspective, from coming on the live last night when you were on, from what I felt and what I saw, everything. I even told you last night, after the live that, what I felt, and you agreed 100% with me because I even said it's an ancient evil there. There's some
Mhm.
kind of, there is, I don't know if it's a curse on the grounds itself or if it is just attached to the land. But it is something very evil and very, very ancient there. And
Yeah.
that almost reminded me of the one time that, I had the experience at the house with the ghost of death,
Mhm.
the Grim Reaper. And, it was that kind of overbearing type of an evil feeling. So,
Mhm.
and that's why I kept on saying, watch your six, make sure you don't have a blind side, because something was getting ready to do something to you. And that's the
And that's what I
overwhelming
kept.
feeling that I got. Yeah.
Mhm. And if you
So you go
recall, I was
on.
like, man, yeah, I keep feeling,
Yeah.
the whole time I was like, I'm being watched. Hey, Roger, I was like, I know I'm being watched. I've been
Hey, Roger.
hunted by several different types of life forms in my lifetime all over this world. I know when I'm
Mhm.
being watched, and
Right.
that's what I had that feeling, and then I came
Right.
across that one tree where I gave that tobacco offering at because I felt it. I don't know how to explain it to everybody. It's just, you know, I mean, something
Right.
inside you tells you need to do this. And that tree is where I felt I needed to give my tobacco offering. And that's why I
Right.
did that. Hey, Larry. Um,
How we doing,
and
Larry?
that's why I did. So I'm from my perspective, my way of thinking, um, that tree was associated with the Fae. And that's why it wanted me to do my tobacco offering there for
Hmm.
protection. If you notice, I went to the east, I went to the south, I went to the west, I went to the north. You're blessing the spirits of each of them directions, asking them, for safety, for prosperity.
Right. Right.
I knew I needed to do that, and for
Right.
some
Now
reason, it
see,
felt like that tree is where it needed to be at,
right. Now see what I would
and
have,
I.
what I do too when I go on an investigation into the middle of nowhere, especially if I'm by myself, which I don't recommend, by the way. And I'm sure Eric doesn't recommend going by yourself, but he got stuck between a rock and a hard place. so he had to basically do it by himself. That's why we were all on the live with him to kind of watch his back a little bit. Um, but that being said, what I usually would do is I will find the place where I offer the tobacco and I say the prayers, and I will take and I will touch the oldest standing growth tree in that area, and I would energize my spirit to go through the bulbous roots of the tree and spread out across the land. Okay, because
Nice.
with my medicine man background, Wachachawakan background, the energy that I put out into the land, it's almost like feeling like a sonar, or like a type of like the way bats predict what's in front of them and how they can fly and get prey. That's kind of how I do things. And when that energy of mine goes out throughout the land in that area, I have an overall sense of where the investigation needs to begin and how
Mm-hmm.
abruptly it needs to end, depending on the sensation that I get and the feelings I get and what I see visually. So,
Yeah. Well, and that's what I did. Now that tree to me, um, let's
oh, thank
give
you, Larry.
a congratulations to Kyle. For not there it is. Larry had gifted a membership to the channel, and Kyle was the receiving recipient, and Larry gifted another one, and Little Twisted. Hello, Little. You were
Oh,
also gifted
awesome.
a membership. Thank you, Larry. You're awesome,
Awesome.
buddy. I don't know
Thank
why
you
that's
very
not
much,
coming
Larry.
across here. Who was gifted that? But everybody, thank Larry for his blessings, and congratulate Kyle and Little Twisted for their memberships. So,
Yeah,
hey,
we have a
uh,
couple videos to put up on the members only site, so I'll be doing that sometime soon here. Um,
yeah,
one of them is going to be where I'm working with the energy, and I'm trying to teach people how to do what I just got done saying to do.
yeah.
Um, that
So,
way they have an understanding of what's going on. But go ahead. I want you to
mhm,
continue because you were talking about how it felt like there was a fae in the tree,
yeah.
but could you correlate the fae with the ancient evil feeling, or was it just completely
No,
different?
this was separate. Now, you guys couldn't see it because I had to set my phone down. But when I placed the tobacco down on the roots of that big tree, that old tree that was there, I placed it directly on the roots. When I did, I also touched the roots. So I didn't know. I've always done that. I never knew the meaning behind it. That's just what I've always done. So you explaining it actually means a lot to me. There, you're awesome. Larry gifted another
Larry did it again.
uh, another one. Arizona Raven, you are the lucky winner of a membership. Congratulations, guys. Larry, thank you again, buddy. You're
Uh,
awesome, dude.
you are awesome,
Um,
Larry.
Congratulations to Raven, Arizona Raven. She is the recipient of it. Um, so that's why I chose that tree. I felt deep down inside this is the tree that needed that offering given to. This
Right.
tree had magical spiritual powers to it. Now it was separate than the one that I felt to the west. This was a different feeling. This wasn't a a harmful. This was a protective, a kind feeling, if that makes sense. It was
Right.
strong.
A
And if you
motherly,
guys
a
recall
motherly
that,
feeling.
yeah, and if you guys recall in that live I was talking about, it's like I feel something here very strong at this tree, and that's
Mhm.
what it was whenever I stopped and looked, I was like, okay, I was trying to break down what I was feeling because I had two different feelings going on at the same time. I had that one from the west and then that one from the tree. So I was trying to, I was trying to pick it apart and see it. And I was like, okay, this tree is where I need this to be at. This tree is um, what I needed for my protection. And that's why I chose it. But I always do. Whenever I place my tobacco on there, I always touch it, and I touch directly at the roots because the roots, if you remember from the video, the roots were coming up, and this was a big tree. This was an old big tree. I think
Right.
that probably had a lot to do with what kept me safe last night. I mean, you're absolutely right. Normally, in a new area, especially with what I was investigating last night, I wouldn't do this alone. I really won't. This
Mm-hmm.
was an area I'm not familiar with the energies of that area. I'm not familiar with what's around that area. It is totally new to me in that area. So that's why I was like, I really don't want to go at this alone. But I had no choice. I mean, I was between a rock and a hard spot. I've got to get up this. And this was the area that the very first sighting happened back in 1974. So this was like ground zero. I wanted
Right.
to get the feel of the energy. I wanted to get a feel of the land from the very first sighting that was reported to me. Now, about 4 miles from there is where the recent sighting was, which I'll be hitting that up soon. But I'm definitely going back to this creek. There is too much
Right.
left unanswered at this creek. I have got to go back to this creek and check it out. There is just
Yeah.
too much
Yeah.
high strange.
Yeah, there's something under the ground there. There's something definitely under the ground there, because I smelt a very overwhelming smell of earthen scent, and when I get
Mm-hmm,
that feeling, that is more of an elemental type of a being, or an ancient being. That smell that I smell and the taste that I get in my mouth from it. That is something that I would liken it almost to, like the feelings that people got, the old mystics back in Egypt got when they were dealing with Anubis, and
mm-hmm,
that whole, you know, type of a level of state of feeling and tasting things there. And
mm-hmm,
when you hone your skills to the point where you can literally pull them out at the drop of a hat on an investigation, you'll be amazed at some of the things you find about the land, especially.
mm-hmm.
And there's just something about that section of land. And it's not just immediately right there either. It spreads out, because when I
Mhm,
felt the roots of that tree spread out, it
mhm.
showed me that there was an overwhelming feeling of despair within like a 5 mile radius of that place.
I would agree 100% with that. I mean, that was the feeling I get. This was a very wide area. Now, one place that really drew my attention. In fact, before I even went live, before my contactee ever showed up to kind of give me the idea of where everything happened at, I got pulled. Hey, Robin, I got pulled to an overhang at
Hey,
this
Rob.
creek bed. I felt
Mm-hmm.
this pull to this spot. So I went there. Now when I initially looked, I was like, okay, it's just an overhang. Because in my mind, when I
Mm-hmm.
first saw this, when I first felt this is a cave. So I
All
walked
right.
over, I checked it out. I just did a quick look because I heard my contactee coming. So I just did a quick look. And then I was like, I didn't see nothing. It's just an overhang. I came back to the truck. My contactee showed up. I kind of talked with them over what was happening, got my gear out, got my gear set up, had a camera facing to the west where that strong pull was coming from. I had a camera facing northeast in the location of where that sighting happened. So I got all that set up. They didn't want to be on live. They wanted to be, kept anonymous. I was like, I respect that. I said, I'll let you guys go. I said, I'm about to fire up, go live here in a few seconds. I'll give you a chance to get up and head out. I said, but anytime you ever want to be a part of this, you're more than welcome to be a part of this. I always give them that option.
All
Um,
right.
but so when I went live, you'll hear me go, "I'll just check this overhang out." Then I pause because I look. it goes back deeper than I initially thought. And
Right.
um, Raven says there's the fact that anything that died near the tree or buried there's absorbed into the tree, such as dogs with circle trees. When no prep in tree, this um, yeah, they hold memory.
This is
I mean,
what I got.
trees hold memory.
Yeah, this is what I got. And that's the overhang that you're talking about, and of course the stream
Yeah,
running past it.
yeah.
And there is something in that overhang. Okay. And here's a rock above it that looks almost like it was used as an altar for something. So,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, and
that's the feeling. That's what I've been seeing.
and well, when I looked, I could see that it went back further. So I was like, okay, there's more to
Mhm.
this overhang than I initially thought. The further down I went that creek bed, past that Widowmaker, and I kept drawing my attention. If you notice, I kept drawing my attention up that steep cliff. Something tell me there
Mhm.
was something up there watching me. That was where I felt like I was being watched, was that steep cliff. Every now and then I'd
Yeah.
feel it on the other side of the creek, but most of the time it was up on that steep cliff. I mean, it was just that's why I kept watching the trees. I kept watching that cliff because I was like, something is here that is following me and watching me. I could feel it. And then I seen, which I could tell you now, there's definitely Bigfoot in that area. I'm about
Mhm.
80% sure there's also Bigfoot in that area. Just from the possible, foot scuffs on the bank on the north side of the creek. That tree that was bent over, stuck in the ground, made an arch. That tree that was broke off 6 foot in the air and laid over on the ground. I can't be more sure than 80% because I was not able to get up on the land to check the area around that stuff because I didn't have permission to be on the
Right.
land. So I was solely stuck to that creek bed. Um, Candy says, I have watched trees take deep breaths of air on sunny summer mornings. Also, cuddle by one many years. Yeah.
Yeah. Arizona
Robin.
Raven makes a good statement too there with the fact that it absorbs, anything in that
Yeah.
area that died naturally by that tree, would the tree would absorb its energy and basically, keep it, strong, because we all know the the feeling and the spirit of a living object like a tree is an ancient living feeling. And
Yeah.
the energy they put off is really, really incredible, and it retains memory, just like water does.
Will you sit still or you're going to get down? Now, come on. You're being a butt this morning. Sorry. Robin wants to know, have we ever seen any pixelation in trees? I personally haven't. I mean, I don't know about you. I've never seen pixelation in trees.
I don't look at a tree to see it per se. I lay my hands upon it and I'll see it, through my, wow,
Energy.
I guess you would call it the third eye. With me being,
Mm,
Native American, it's just something that I've honed to actually be able to use that and channel all kinds of energies. It's like a
mhm.
it's like a remember those old round disc things that you used to take and put in the viewers, and and click the lever and you'd see something pop up. It's kind of like that with me when I bring my spirit into something and release it into the tree, or the ground, or Mother Earth, Makal Wakan. Um, it's just like that. It's like that 3D viewer. When we were, when we were kids, that we had.
Mhm.
But and as far as pixelization, I can see that happening, but that's not. I go a little more in depth with my abilities than the surface of what I'm looking at. I literally go into the roots and to the soil and try to get a sense for things in that area. So there's several people out there that can do what I do. That is for sure. Um, but I'm more comfortable with the way I do it. So
Mhm. Well, and for me, when I'm doing this stuff, it's very similar. I tap into the energy. Sometimes it's like you said, it's a slideshow. Sometimes it's
hmm
like I'm actually watching a video of it when I'm tapping into that stuff.
hmm
And I mean, one way to explain it is when you when you connect with something out there. Um,
and
it's
Demaria.
it's it's like, well, I mean, actually, you said it earlier. Actually, hey, Demiria, you actually said it perfectly earlier. It's like a bat sonar goes out, and it just you see the energy field of the area. So when you connect
Mm,
in that way with something out there, it's very much like that for me. Like when I
right.
touch that tree, it's like a sonar goes out and lets me know, hey, you got this
hmm
here, you got this here. A lot like that.
Right.
We all do
Yeah.
things similar, but in different experiences, spirit connected. Yeah, yeah, Raven, we do. Um,
Yeah. There's just something about that overhang and that that overview or that ridge line. There's I got a feeling there's bones buried there too. At the top of that ridge line. I don't know why, but
that wouldn't. Well, and that's the thing too with all the death that's connected to that land there. I mean, not just counting the Civil War death, which is numerous there, but everything else outside of that as well. There is a ton of death in that area. Just
right,
just massive. It's hard to explain unless you know how to tap into it. It's just you can feel it. You can see as
right,
far as the eye can see these spirits. I mean, it's just covered that area. There's been a
right,
lot of Native American deaths in that area. There's been a lot of soldier deaths in that area. There's been a lot of innocent deaths in that area. There's been a lot of accidental deaths in that area. There's just a lot of death in that area. And then also is the feeling of something hunting things there when
right.
it's tied to that death as well. And honestly, to the west of me, down that one spot that I really wanted to go, and something kept pulling me to there, and I kept resisting, and I kept resisting, and the pull was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Felt like that kind, like it was pulling me because it was hunting me. It wanted me to
hmm
go there so it can snatch me up. Um,
right.
and I mean, in that area there, like I said before, the very second I stepped out of my truck, I have felt that feeling from that area. I mean, the absolute very second that I got out of that truck, it was something was trying to get me
Now,
go
how
down that way.
is there a high number of disappearances in that area of people?
Not that I know of. I'll have to look into it. My contactee is not. He said there has been disappearances there, but as far as high number, I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
Okay,
So I can't give you a definitive answer. I just say there has been some, but I just don't know
all
to the
right.
level, to the
Have
degree
there
of it.
been any cattle mutilations around that area?
Not that I'm aware of. Um, that would be something else I need to check in as well. I'm not. I can't definitively say on that.
Yeah, the only
Raven
reason I'm
says shadow
asking is
people.
because I was going to read that too, but yeah, the only reason I say that is because of a lot of the cattle mutilations that happen is because there's something attached to land too. There's an energy that the land gives off, and it's not just specifically the cattle that they're going after, but it's just the cattle are there for them to go after. So
There you go, Raven. Yeah, it's, but you are really being a pain in the butt. What is your deal? Huh? You're normally a lot more still than what you are right now. Now you're about to get down. Now you're making this difficult. Sorry, guys. Snow
it's
is
all right.
snow's been snow since I got home. He doesn't like me going out and not
Yeah.
taking him anywhere. Boy, he was pressed hard against me last night. Okay, dude, I've gave you plenty of chances. You're not listening. Maybe you'll learn now. I mean, he was pressed hard against me last night when we were sleeping.
Well, maybe he
But
senses something off of you.
he probably does. It just makes it hard to do a video when he's constantly moving. I mean, you guys have seen him. He's pretty good about just laying on my shoulder and sleeping. He is he probably feels my uneasiness. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too big of a macho man to admit that I'm still a little shooken up over last night. And as much as I hate to say this, I mean, this is not going to be very manly of me. But if you watch my thermal video, you hear me freak out. I mean, that is, and now I've lost my damn thermal camera because I freaked out last night. I went, fuck, I gotta get out of here. And I went and started quickly grabbing my shit and I didn't even put it up. I mean, I was just grabbing my stuff, throwing it in my truck. I was like, I've got to go. I had that moment and I don't know how to explain it. It was just something told me it's that time. And as much as I hate to admit it, I did. I got scared. I got freaked out. I was like, I need to go. And my adrenaline was, I mean, you can ask William because I called William shortly after I left because, I mean, my adrenaline was just, it's like, dude, just, I mean, and I was that way for quite a bit. It took me a long time to calm down from that last night.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. After your call, I kind of got into the rhythm of saying prayers and stuff, and blessings for the land. And for your safety, because I was worried about the drive home, because a lot of times, when we get into investigations, whether we say the words or not, that nothing has the right to follow us home or to attach themselves to us or anything that we own or have. No evil is to happen to myself or, anybody that's with me. And you have to stay here, talking to the spirits and to the elementals and all that that are attached to the land and or whatever there. But I just had this overwhelming feeling that it could have followed you if I hadn't have done that. And and if you hadn't have left the way you did, odds are it was going to attach itself to you and follow you back.
And sadly, I'm glad you did because I let my fear take over me last night, and I did not say those words before I left. I got halfway home, and all of a sudden it dawned on me, holy shit, is this thing going to follow me home? Because I forgot to tell it, do not do it.
No, it didn't follow you home. That's for sure. Yeah,
that's good. I apologize because I'm kind of reliving everything last night right now, and it's got me kind of going. Yeah, it's. So
tell us.
I've been all over this
tracks.
The what? The tracks.
Yeah, that you saw.
They were roughly about that long and roughly about that wide. I would say a
Okay.
good 14, 15 inches long plus, and roughly around 5 to 6 inches wide. Um,
Okay.
and it wasn't nothing definitive. You can just it looked like you can see where the leaves and the dirt had been moved, but the ground
Right.
there is so hard. That's why I can't say it is a track because I could not get no definition. I can just look at the shape of it and go, "This looks like where something had walked or had stepped."
Right.
And
Right.
kind of scraped the stuff away. Larry, you're awesome. Larry gifted another membership. And
Larry, you're
Richard,
cool,
you are
brother.
the proud recipient. Yeah, dude, he's badass. Richard, you
Yes,
are a
he
proud
is. That's awesome.
recipient of the membership. Um,
That's awesome, Larry.
yeah, but so that's what led me to go. Okay, there's obviously Bigfoot here as well, which makes sense. If you watch the live, you see that area. It is very Sasquatchy. I mean,
Hmm.
that's areas that I would go. I want to search for Sasquatch here. I really wanted to because it just you feel it, you can
Yeah.
see it, you can sense. You've
Uh, it,
seen this stuff around
it
the world
didn't
as
it
much as I have. Oh,
it didn't look like this, did it? Was it the shape of this picture I'm putting up right now, Eric?
let's see. No, I couldn't tell no toes. So let me rephrase that. I could not make out no toe marks.
Okay.
It was
Well, you see the
roughly,
claw marks too on this,
yeah.
just
I'm
on the
seeing
end of
that,
the
and I'm
toes.
going.
So,
I'm seeing that going dog man. I mean, that was the very first
right,
thing that popped in my head when I seen that was dog man. Morning
right.
woo. Um, but that also could be gugwe too, because gugwe is known having 3 to 4 toes as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
You know,
so is the hellhound. The hellhounds are
well,
said to have 3 toes also. So,
yeah.
and their tracks are that big too. So, I mean, it's not far off to think that there would be, because see, here in the Appalachian Mountains, in along the Appalachian Trail, which we're close to, there is a thing that when someone dies, that's like an immigrant from Ireland or Scotland or just an immigrant in general from another country, they usually have their faithful pet
Hmm.
buried with them. Okay. And the spirit of that faithful pet, that dog, protects their gravesite from all harm. And,
Hmm.
but there's also, like I've always said, you have the spirit and you have the soul. Okay. Sometimes the souls of those dogs become tainted with an ancient evil, and they become what they call hellhounds. Okay,
Hmm.
and that's one thing that could be attached to that land. Um, are hellhounds that protect the land.
Could be. Another thing too that we got in this area, it and in that area I was at too, has been spotted. Is called an Ozark howler.
Right.
Ozark howlers have been seen in that area I was at. So I mean that's another thing. I mean there's so many. Hey Poncho, um,
Hey, Boncha.
there's so many variables of what I could have what I was experiencing last night. I can't narrow it down. I can just tell you the negative feeling that I had was very, very old, very, very evil. Um,
Hmm.
it was very, like I said, it was like a huge weight upon me, and it was even affecting my vision a little bit. And I'm reliving these emotions at the moment. So I apologize, guys. That's a huge track.
Right. Yeah. This
Uh,
track here. This picture was taken about a year or so ago, and it was in a along the edge of a creek. And if you take a look, the the picture of it is kind of throws you off because it didn't get it didn't capture the entire print. Actually, the print,
Okay,
the
I was
heel,
wondering that.
yeah, the heel pad of that print actually goes into the bottom corner of the picture.
Hmm.
So it
Yeah, I
was
can
a
see that
more of an
arch.
elongated, yeah, it was more of an elongated track. So, and when it was measured at 8 inches long by
Mm,
6 inches wide at the widest
hmm.
part. So that for a canine track, that is probably the biggest canine track I have seen that actually
Yeah.
has almost like a heel impression into it too.
Hmm.
So,
Which make me wonder if that ain't werewolf related.
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, and
But yeah,
Lola is known to have an elongated heel as well. So I mean, it could have been either one of those. Oops.
right.
Uh, I mean, it could have been either one of those. And um, like I said, I mean, please, everybody, don't do what I did last night. I mean, mine was I had no choice type deal. Hey, Twisted. I don't know if you know, you got gifted a membership by Larry. Um, but I mean, the initial report going down there was either a dog man or werewolf, giving the descriptions, giving the blind remote view that I had Jessica do for me.
Mm-hmm.
All this led to me going, this is werewolf related. Now,
Right.
that very well could make up for that feeling I was having last night.
Mm-hmm.
That could be that evil old feeling that I had last night. Was it could have been that werewolf?
Yeah,
It really could.
lycanthropy. Yeah, lycanthropy is an ancient um, curse, basically.
Hmm.
So I mean, they used it back in the days of Egypt to
Hmm.
curse people. So I mean, it is an ancient evil. So you would
Hmm.
definitely have that feeling of dread in that
Hmm.
area, enough to where it would
There.
send that chill down your spine and make you want to pack up and leave. So,
Hmm. Yeah, and there's plenty of ports in history where the god or gods have cursed somebody with the lycanthrope
hmm,
syndromes.
yep,
People has placed spells upon people unwillingly to make them a lycanthrope. People has taken spells, have taken potions. People has given people potions unwillingly to turn them into a lycanthrope. So
right,
this is all in that realm. I mean, lycanthrope is magic. That's how you create them. That's how you create
hmm,
that style. The werewolf. Oh, you're all good, Twisted. You're all good. Um, Candy says it looks reptilian to me. It doesn't to me. That looks 100% canine. I
yeah,
followed enough wolf tracks, coyote tracks, fox tracks, um, dog man tracks, dog tracks. To me, that screamed 100% dog. It was canine. That's just my perspective on it. That's what I see when I look upon it. Just because of my experiences. I love it. I love the woods. I love being in the woods. And that area I was at yesterday was very beautiful. I mean, that was a very
yeah,
beautiful area. If you guys didn't see, I mean, watch that
yeah,
live. Very beautiful area.
yeah,
But there's
yeah. It
also
would
a
have been
lot
nice to
there.
see that stream. Yeah, it would have been nice to see that stream actually not be dried up, though.
Yeah, and not have that stupid freaking human activity throwing trash there. That shit pisses me off.
Yeah,
Oh, that pisses me.
yeah,
There's a story of tribe of medicine men who abused his power and became stuck in the form of a wolf, half human, half creature. Yeah, and there's also stories of a brothers that were gifted the gift of the wolf. One used it for good, was able to transform back and forth. One used it for evil and was permanently stuck in a bipedal wolf form. Hope you know how much I enjoy the weekend morning shows. Y'all are really ones that do it. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Twisted.
Oh, Twisted, we appreciate that very much. So,
well, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I go in the woods with shorts. I go in the woods without clothes. I mean, I do it all different ways. Hey, Melissa.
Yeah, hi, Melissa.
The so, yeah. But no, I mean, I'm definitely going to go back to that area.
I think Melissa and David are with the camp out this weekend, or this week. The ECBRO, Daniel's group are camping out. I believe this. I think it's this weekend. Correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa. Let me know.
Yeah. Well, and I'm getting with DA. We're probably going to do something similar to that here. We kind of talked about it after a show the other day. We're coming up with ideas and areas. We definitely want to hit a squatch. Not your claws, bro. Bro, calm down. Oh my gosh. You are very, very needy today, buddy.
Well, there's a reason for that. There's definitely a reason for that. So
I love you, bud. You're my buddy. You know, you're my boy, man. You're my homie. Yes, that's my ear. Oh my goodness, my ear.
You're my homie.
You're my G, dude.
You're my old dog.
Believe it.
You're my OG.
Yeah. I mean, I take Snow on investigations here when I'm here looking at stuff. Monica, I don't know. I can't remember. Mom told me before she passed away. This was her dog. To me, he's like Chihuahua something mixed, but I can't remember what it was called. I could lie to you all day what breed he is.
Looks like Chihuahua it's like, and Terrier.
Yeah, they call it something, and I can't remember the name of it. But he did not like Dad. At first, he didn't like me, and he snipped at me one day when I was getting in the middle of my girl's butt, and I slapped him off of Mom's lap, and he went sliding across the living room floor. I was like, "You need to learn your place. You need to learn your place." Well, ever since then, he's been my buddy. And he only liked Mom and me, and he liked the girls. Not as much back then as he does now. He's very protective of them now. But back then he tolerated them, but in like small doses. But ever since that day when I showed him who's the alpha and who isn't, he was like, okay, yeah, you're top dog. But he never liked Dad. So when Mom passed away, he became my dog because he didn't like nobody else but me. And it's been me and him ever since. Me and him has helped each other through Mom's passing.
Right.
You know, from day one of Mom's passing, I mean, he knew. It's been me and him. I mean, he's my buddy. We go so many places together. If I'm doing investigations here on a property, I'll take him with me just because I know what I'm dealing with out here. But like cases like last night, I wouldn't take him. That's a new area, new energies, new everything. I won't take him on an investigation on something like that unless I go to an area that I know that, okay, I've got a very positive feeling. Then I'll bring him along. But he loves going on investigations with me.
Okay, my question is how many are into Bigfoot that are in the chat? That's what I want to know. Me? How many are into Bigfoot that's in the chat? Because I've got a couple of these, and these are pretty big too. I mean, it's as wide as my hand. So, but these are actually iron-ons for a t-shirt or a jacket.
Cool.
And you would iron. This is the design of the iron-on, and if you put it on your jacket, I mean, it's pretty big. It's so.
I want to put you down.
But I'm
want to get
gonna give two of these away today. Okay. I've already w- wanted to give Larry one because he gifted the memberships. So technically, I'm gonna give one away. Okay. So Larry, send me your mailing address to lakotaman333@gmail so I can mail you one of these. And then somebody else in the chat's going to win one too, and that's got some detail to it too. That's actually a pretty good iron on there. It's not a sticker; it's an iron on. You need to have an iron and iron it onto your clothes. Okay, just so you know, it's not a sticker, but I'll put some stickers in with it. Okay, so now
that's cool. Where'd you get that made at?
What's that?
Where'd you get that made at? That's cool.
Oh, this was God. I can't even remember where I got them. I've had them for about a year now. Now maybe not quite a year. But I'm going through some of the totes that I have here in the studio room, and I just decided to have a giveaway today at the last second. So.
Such a spoiled brat. Yeah, those things are cool. Let's think of a good question for everybody.
Yeah, you think of a question, and you could even do it about your investigation if you want to. But you think of one question, and we'll see who answers it that can win the iron on here, and we'll go from there.
How many in here had watched the video I put out about the so it'll be in my lives, it'll be case number 00, or on my YouTube, it'll be case number 002s. Yeah, I'm gonna go back there, Richard. I'm definitely gonna go back there. What are the two color types of hominid canines that I'm investigating? I can't say if it's werewolf or dogman because I don't know for sure. I know what I think it is. What are the two colors that is associated with them?
Anybody going to comment on that? Answer the question.
Let's see who watches my YouTube.
What's the definition of a woman? Val says black.
Is close. Val is close, but I'm not going to give you the colors. But Val is close. Twisted, you're close. But no, that's not right. Hey, Blue.
Blue.
There's actually, I'll give you guys a hint. If you watched my lives, I'll tell you there's two different types of these creatures. Each one has a different color pattern.
Yeah. Roxanne said silver and black. Woo said black and brown.
Woo, that is one. One of them is black and brown brindle. What is the color of the other one? So your Woo is halfway there.
Poncho says white and gray. I think everybody's just guessing.
They are. I'll give it. Woo was the first one to guess right. So I think it was, yeah. Wait, actually, am I wrong? No, okay, I gotta get back in the chats. Give me a second, guys. Actually, I'm thinking
Black and
uh
brown was Woo.
well, Monica said it too. Actually, I'm sorry, Monica was the first one to answer correctly.
Oh, okay. Well, how far back is that? Wow.
That is one, two before Woo answered.
Oh, yeah, she did say
So
brown and black. Yeah. Very good,
yeah, I
Monica.
apologize. Monica, the current the latest one um, was a brindle colored black and brown. The oldest one, the one I was looking at last night, was pure black.
Well, she got it.
So she got it. Um, we have two people. Richard gifted a um,
Oh,
the
he
membership,
gifted a
and Woo was the
membership.
recipient. And Larry gifted another one,
Oh, Larry.
and Val
Oh,
was the recipient.
oh, there you go. Thank you again, Larry. But don't forget to
And
send me
Richard.
your mailing
Richard also.
address, Larry, so I can get you this iron on for your favorite jacket or your hoodie or your t-shirt, whatever you want to put it on. So,
Hey, Ozzy. Ozzy
okay.
Oz. Arian M. How's it going? So I have to say Monica would be the winner.
Okay, Monica, send me your
So the
mailing
latest,
address so we can get that to you. And I'm gonna put
the
some
one,
added stickers in it too. Okay. The same with Larry because Larry's buying all these memberships today,
mhm.
and we'll go from there. Uh,
So good day from Australia. I've seen a Bigfoot about 20 years ago. Oh yeah, a Yowie. Yep. I'm pretty sure they can cloak, as I've seen. Um, that is one theory. Um, I
yeah.
lean more towards, because of what I've seen, it's adaptive camouflage. They don't really cloak, as their fur will adapt to the surroundings. But a
Right.
lot of people claim it as cloaking.
Yeah. And to answer Untrimmed Savage, yes, I have heard of Bigfoot talking to people. In fact, when I was growing up, they did try to communicate with me. The one that I particularly interacted with more often than the others did more sign language. It did more of the old type of native sign language, where
Mhm.
like if they asked you if you were an enemy or a friend, they would go like this on their hand, back and forth, which meant are you an enemy or are you a friend? And then when you went like this, that meant it was good and that you were a friend. So that's primarily how we would communicate. But yes, I have heard them communicate through verbal language. It's more of a mimic language. They try to
Mhm.
mimic people when they talk, but their lung capacities and their size makes it sound so out of the norm that you really you can't comprehend it. But they obviously can communicate to each other. Yes.
And that was a good guess, Monica. I'm trying to get caught up on the chats here. I got a little behind. Um, um, yes, William has an email, Monica.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll put it in the
God, I
chat.
forgot what it is.
It's lakotaman333 at gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat.
He checked my beans. Yes, he did, Boo. That's why I wanted to make sure he was recognized too. Richard also did. Yes. Yes. Um,
Yep. And Richard, go ahead and give me your
you,
mailing address too. Send. I'll need Larry's mailing address. I need Richard's mailing address, and then I'll need Monica's mailing address for these stickers and all that. I'm going to send out a pack of stuff to Richard also for saying thank you for gifting that membership. I appreciate that. And it's easier for me to stick stuff in an envelope and mail it because some of these packages are so damn heavy that I get charged an arm and a leg for them. So just be patient. Everything's coming.
Woo, I will not admit or deny on that comment.
Yeah, it was a hunter's moon a couple nights ago.
It was a super hunter's moon, super blue moon, hunter's moon. Yep.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. When it was first coming up last night, I looked up, man, it was blood red when it first peeked over the mountaintops last night.
Right.
Dario
Oh.
says, I need stickers, but I'm in Italy.
You send me an address, Dario, at my email, and I'll see how much it will cost for me to mail you a bunch of stickers. Okay, bro? That's fine. Your family. So we'll figure it out. Okay, I'll get them to you somehow. But you go ahead and mail me or give me your address to mail it to, and I'll send you out some. Okay, I promise. It may take a while to get to you because you're in Italy, but I'll send them out. Oh.
Hello, Dead Wolf. And Dead Wolf said, I was howling. Hell yeah. Roxanne almost spit my coffee out when you howled. Oh, no
Yeah,
worries,
Roxanne
LOI.
was
That's good to see.
Roxanne was definitely worried about you. She said if something happened to you, she ain't got nobody to pick on.
I know. Back in 2010, as a joke, my friends and I went outside late one night and was howling at the moon. I got a call from the landlord the next day saying neighbors called and say you were acting like werewolf.
That's not far fetched from what I did to a buddy one time. We back in the day, back in the 80s, we were walking. This is when I was still young and not before the military. And we were walking home from watching the werewolf movie with over in the American Werewolf in London, and we had just got done watching that, and the road that we walked on home was more of a lumber truck road, like for trucks to carry lumber through, and it was along railroad tracks. And at the time, there was no buildings or anything along the railroad tracks or anything. It was pitch black. It was like 12:30 in the morning, and we were walking, and my buddy's talking to me, and all of a sudden, I don't know why, I just stopped and I got down on all fours, and he's walking and he's talking to me, and finally he's like, Nighthawk, Nighthawk. And he turned around, he saw me on all fours growling at him, and he was like, holy shit. He took off running, man. It was hilarious.
I don't know if it's the kid in me or I don't know if it's a kid in me or what, but every time a full moon happens, I'm always out there. I love it.
Ironically, the guy was the best man at mine and Tracy's wedding too. He's a military vet too now, but he's since then deceased. He actually committed suicide, unfortunately. He took his own life, which happens a lot with people in the military. He was a 20-year service connected, and greatly missed. But he had some problems, that he just had some evils that he couldn't get over. So, and it
Yeah.
happens, that unfortunately it does happen. So, but we have to continue on. So,
Yeah. Richard, I'm very, and I don't mean this in a bad way, so please don't. I'm very picky who I take on investigations with me, because some of the places I go to investigate is really dangerous places. Last night, prime example, very, very, that was a very dangerous investigation. That's why I did not
yeah,
stay very long, because I was by myself, and that was a really highly dangerous area. Um,
yeah.
but I have thought about it. I may start doing in places a little less dangerous to see how things go. I've not quite decided yet, because that's taking on a big responsibility. Anybody I take on an investigation with me, I'm responsible for them. So I have kicked it around.
Did you?
Yeah.
I gotta ask. Did you put your Dogman Hunter's patch on your jacket that I sent you?
Um. Actually, I believe. Let me get it. I'll be right back.
And just so everybody knows, what I'm talking about is there are a few of us in our group that actually have patches, and I think Dave and Melissa had them too. I'm not sure, but it's
I've got to.
just a patch that we have. It's kind of like a military grade patch, has the American flag on it, and
Yep.
and
That was one of my. I've got to get a new bag now, but yep, it's on there.
all right, cool, cool,
I got my
good.
Team Odin patch, my two American flags, and then the Dogman hunting patch.
Okay, cool.
I've got to
I've
get a
got
new
mine on
new pack though.
my yeah, I got mine on my fatigue jacket.
Yeah, no kidding,
My
dude.
camouflage. Uh, thanks,
Yeah,
Twisted. Yeah, I'm not even
yeah.
sure I can get these patches anymore.
I know, Twisted. I broke the rules. I kind of was in a kind of a rock and hard spot last night, and I kind of had no choice. That's why I didn't do things very long there, is because once I felt it started getting worse, I was like, it's time to go.
Yeah. Dead Wolf says, I want a badge. Yeah,
Richard
that's
says, I have some Bigfoot decals I need to put on my Pathfinder. Yep.
this is definitely this is the last patch I've got though. I've got to figure out how I can get more of them. But I'll be giving these away here pretty soon. If I can get more of them, we'll have a drawing of about 4 or 5 of them if I can find more of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll give away 4 or 5 of them some Saturday or some Sunday morning. Okay, very near future. Give me a couple days to see if I can hunt them down, and we'll go from there. And then might even do it next weekend. You never know. Give you all a chance to tune in next weekend. So
Yeah. Yeah. I have kicked around in a place I know that is not as dangerous. People locally taking that with me. I do. It's
right.
just I have a lot of concern with that, because I'm very responsible for anybody that I take out with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how people are. I'm very set in my ways how I do investigations, and a lot of my stuff is based off of feelings. A lot of my investigation is based. I mean, that's paranormal, supernatural, cryptid, whatever it is. It's based off of feelings. I'm a very big, very very big on that. So
Yeah.
I don't want somebody, when I say it's time to go, I don't want somebody, whoa, wait, what's heck? No, when I say it's time to go, it's because it's time to go.
Hmm.
Um, that's why I'm very picky on who I take with me. I
Yeah,
need to
it's
know that
definitely
I can
got to be
trust
a
them to have
team.
my back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You
got to
know,
be a team effort. It really does. You got to put forth, an effort with you got to be able to agree quickly and react quickly.
yeah,
So,
yes,
and then not to overreact quickly. Um, you don't need somebody out there that's going to be blasting their, whatever they're carrying through the trees
yeah,
and stuff just because of, something scares
right,
them.
right.
You want if anybody knows anything about the military, they teach us when you make damn sure you have your mark. Okay, you make damn sure that you know what exactly you're shooting at and when to pull the trigger.
Mhm.
So plain and simple.
Little, I will look into. Thanks, Candy. I will look into that. I didn't know about them. I'll look into them. Oh man, I need. I don't have a lot of money, and if I got to replace this thermal, that's $260 out of my pocket. I've got to replace it because that's what it cost me. Actually, it cost me less than that. I bought it on sale, but if I was to replace it now, it's $260. Um, but
Yeah.
I'll look into them. Okay, yeah, yeah. I pulled their site up. I'll look at them after the show. But yeah, I mean, it'd be great, you know. But yeah, and I've had a lot of practice, Candy. But well, I've always had a very strong connection to the wolf. Physically and spiritually, I've always had a very strong connection to the wolf. I'm not saying that is my spirit guide.
Thank you,
I'm not
Candy.
saying that at all. My spirit animal.
Mhm.
Um, I've always had physically and spiritually a very strong connection to the wolf. That's why one of my first tattoo I got was of the wolf. You know, he's the spirit hunter. So the very first tattoo I ever got uh, was in Okinawa. Or no, I'm sorry, second. That was my second tattoo. That was done in Okinawa. Um, is because I have such a strong connection and love to the wolf that I wanted it close to my heart. Plus, I'm a hunter, and the wolf is the spirit hunter of the Native American people. The wolf taught the
Right.
Native American people how to hunt. So, I mean, he's also a spirit of hunting. That's another
Mhm.
reason why I wanted him close to my heart. Uh, is because of those.
Hey,
Yeah.
I want to put it out to all my brothers and sisters with the ECBRO camp out this weekend, or this week, because they're up in the mountains right now, um, doing their Bigfoot
Mhm.
hunt. That I sorry I couldn't be there, but just the difficulty breathing and stuff is not not been working very well for me. But also to forewarn them, there was a an article released. I can't remember who it was from, but it was a major um, outdoors type of a magazine, like a bushcrafters magazine, where they have actually confirmed that the grizzly bear is back in the area of the Appalachian Trail.
Hmm.
They have confirmed that with visual sightings. So anybody that is out along the Appalachian Trail camping, um, be very, very careful because trust me, I have had run-ins with grizzlies before, and it doesn't always end up being you the better person. Let me put it to you that way. Sometimes you end up a snack. So just be safe, anybody that goes out, and know that the wildlife
Six.
is coming back to a lot of these remote areas that they used to be in. Here locally, we have not only the grizzly bear now apparently to worry about, but we have mountain lions too that we need to worry about. And even though the fish and game people say that they don't exist here, they're blowing sunshine up your ass. Okay, so I'll just say it that way. There has been black panthers, black big cats spotted here. So anybody that goes out, like even Eric on his investigation last night, you not only have that possibility of a cryptid encounter being dangerous or a supernatural encounter being dangerous, but you have the natural born predators of the land that could be potentially dangerous too. So I don't recommend anybody ever go out by themselves, even if you are armed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and like Deadwolf said, make sure you got a blade for a backup, and just in case, I go one step further. I actually take a bottle of butane, and I have a small torch head that I actually take with me. And I use that to, not only, if it's cold to warm up or to start a fire, quickly enough to where, I can warm up. But I also use it for self-defense because it works great against bears. When a bear's in your face and you can click a trigger and have a flame come out about 1.5 feet long, that helps you out. Okay. So, you always want to have a plan B and a plan C when you're going out and doing these investigations, and never ever go
Mm-hmm.
alone.
Hey, Riley.
Hey, Riley.
Yeah, so I've done investigations alone pretty much my whole life. I'm getting used to having people with me, and yeah, he is. He's sleeping. I'm getting used to having people with me. So I'm very, very picky of who I have with me because I have my own set ways. And my own
Mhm.
set ways has kept me safe this long. And has
Here,
always
I'm going
given
to
me
go
a
get
positive
something.
outcome. So that's,
I'll be right
yeah.
back. You go ahead and
But
keep talking.
yeah, I'll agree with William. You should never go on investigations alone. Hey, Pyro. I'm used to it. I know it's not an excuse, but I'm used to it. That's what I've done my whole life. Um, but I also know when it's time to pull out. Um, and last night it was time for me to pull out. I pulled out early. Um, the feds aren't saying that we have something. No. Um, the feds aren't just saying that you have something to blame on gruesome killings. Do you think? Ah,
Here's
kind
what
of
I'm
kind
talking
of
about,
mixed on
Eric.
that. Yeah.
Here's what I'm talking about. Okay. This right
Yeah.
here is worth its weight in gold.
Mm-hmm.
Worth its weight in gold. Trust me. If you have a predator get
Yeah.
in too close and they have that, you have that, you ain't got to worry about anything. So, but yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's my third backup system.
On for pyro, I think it's probably a combination of both. I think there is actually something out there that is doing it. I also think the feds are using that as an excuse to do some of the crap they're doing. That's just my
Bring them
feelings
back.
on it.
Woo! I like what Woo says. Bring a Mac 10.
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
I don't know how your feeling is on Pyro's comment here, but that's mine. I think it's a combination of both. The
it
feds aren't
is.
just
Let's
saying
see.
that to have something to blame the gruesome killings on. Do you think?
I don't think. I don't think so. Um, there's a missing persons case in Arizona that really it kind of, it's, for some reason it's stuck in my craw. And it's a young lady, probably in her 30s, that went missing last October of 2023, and it's been an exact year until she ended up, missing. And she was in a certain part of Arizona that, yeah, they get cattle mutilations and stuff like that, and some weird activity. But for some reason, they blame it. The people in the area blame it on something that is like an apex predator. They're like a Bigfoot or a dog man. But with this case, I don't get that feeling. There's a lot to be said about um, the evil that humanity can do. We've all seen it. We've all experienced it at one point or time in our lives. And I basically get this gut feeling that it was a human that basically unalived this individual. So there are, you always hear these horror stories of these truck drivers and stuff that, go psychotic. And, a good example of a movie is, oh God, I can't, Paul Walker was in it. Oh man. The truck driver's name in this movie was Rusty Nail, which tells you right there that, you know, yes, in the
Sorry,
Appalachians. Yes, yes, that was in the Appalachians.
um, anything above a 9, in my opinion, I use a 40 caliber.
Yeah,
That's my go-to sidearm. 9, I just don't like nines. Of course, I'm used to
45
nines being in
SW.
the, yeah. I like my 40. 40's got distance. 40's got knockdown. I'm a big fan of my 9, or my 40. I'm just not a fan of 9 millimeters.
Yeah. Now, for around here, as far as a pew pew goes, I carry a 9. But that's just for around the house. That's not for out in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere,
Mhm.
I won't take anything less than a 12 gauge with slugs and double-aught buck, and I will also take a 45. So
Now, if I'm in an area that I need something stronger, I have a 7 mil, a 7 mag that I take out with me. It's my deer rifle, but it's also a 7 mag. So if I'm in an area that I think, okay, I probably need something bigger, like next time I go out where I went out last night, I'm definitely bringing my 7.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, I would
but
recommend
just
that.
that's the feeling. Yeah, I'll take my 7, but I always got my 40 as my sidearm.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I would, I like the 12 gauge. It's simple, effective.
Mm.
As far as distance goes, odds are when you shoot over, 150 feet away with any
Hmm.
weapon, unless you're professionally trained like we are, from the military, odds are you're not going to make your shot the first time. So by the time
Hmm.
you're done, chambering another round, if it's a bolt action, the predator could be right up on you. So that's why I like the
Mhm.
12 gauge. And then if a slug, if a big lead slug from a 12 gauge doesn't stop the momentum of something, then your ass is gone anyways. Because
Mhm.
a 12 gauge slug will put the size of a bowling ball hole in something's chest. So
Mhm.
just saying.
And if I can ever get the money, I'm going to build a 458 SOCOM platform. I really like the 458s. I like the distance. I like the knockdown power. There ain't too much that thing can't punch. Hey, Lori, can't
Mhm.
punch through. But that's going to take some money, and I just don't have that right now.
Can you all see that? That's my 12 gauge up there.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's my 12 gauge. And that is a well here, I'll just take it down. I'll show you. I don't care. I got nothing to hide.
Mm. I got one I keep right here. Mossberg 500. And I can also set this up as home defense. I just have it set up for turkey right now. That's one I keep close by me.
This is what I have. Okay. Full combat ready. Full combat ready.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I have.
Yeah.
So yeah. Homie, don't play.
Nope.
I don't play when I go out into the woods. I go out prepared. And that's
I
the
got
way
turkey.
you should be.
Yeah. I've got turkey shot in mine right now, but even turkey shot, something gets close enough with that Mossberg 500 right now, they're going to have a bad day. They're really going to have a bad day.
Exactly.
Hey, Tim. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up on everything. Yeah, my when I set that up for home defense, it's a short barrel pistol grip. I just got it set up for turkey shot right now, um, but I've got the stuff that I can bring it back down to home defense. Most of my home defense, I've got it in my truck right now, is my 40. So I've got a couple 40s. I've got a 22. I mean, I like them. There's more stuff I
Yeah.
want to get. I've got other stuff too, and I wasn't going to mention on here, but I got a lot of paperweights, things that identify as pencils.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Well, I just, whenever you go out on these investigations, it's you always want there's two things you want to remember always. Your
mhm.
safety as far as medical problems can go, and your safety as far as life threatening problems can go, whether it's an apex predator or even another, human, because you never know what you're going to come upon in the middle of nowhere.
Mhm.
You walk up on a grove of illegal crops, and the guys protecting that grove, they'll unalive you, you know, very
Mhm.
soon, very quick.
Oh, yeah.
Even distilleries, out in the middle of nowhere, you come across that,
Yep. Now that's stuff I
ginseng,
got to deal with here.
yeah, ginseng hunters, they come up missing all the time on the Appalachian Trail. So,
Mhm.
that it is what it is. Today's world, you have to be prepared for whatever could come your way. So that's just the way it is, and you know, it is what it is anymore. It's the world we're
Yeah,
living in. So
there's multiple dangers when you're investigating. You got the human danger, you got the wildlife danger, you have the supernatural danger, the cryptid danger, and then you got the terrain alone, which is a danger. So when
Exactly.
we're out doing this type of stuff, and I've not only got to keep my safety in mind, I also have to respect people's property around. So I don't want to sit there and do something which is going to unalive somebody or lose their home because me or somebody with me got scared and went nuts just because I heard a twig break.
Right.
I
It's
mean, you
it's not
really got.
Monica. I want to tell Monica it's not illegal to
Yeah.
pick ginseng.
No.
What I said was that a lot of the ginseng hunters in this area come up
Yeah.
missing. Okay, when they go out to actually find the ginseng. And ginseng grows very good around the Appalachian Trail, by the way.
Well, we got
But
ginseng here.
so does a lot of predators.
Mm.
So, and that's why
Yeah.
these people come up missing. So,
Yeah. I mean, that's things we have here.
yep.
But and you also got to think right now it's bow season where I'm at, and here in a couple weeks is going to be rifle season.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to get out there last night is I wanted to get out there before rifle season comes.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I used a 9mm, Beretta in the military, and I didn't
Mhm.
like it, and I've never been a fan of a 9mm since. Yes, I know people in the comments are going to tell me they got different rounds now, and they got different stuff. Blah 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 blah. I just don't like 9mm. I like my
Right.
40. I like my 45s. I want something
They
that's
have
got
nine.
distance. I want
Yeah.
something that's got knockdown power.
Yeah. Nine. Yeah. 9mm has more of a chance to jam too, because a lot of your
Mm-hmm.
clips, um, in the clips themselves, the designs of the clips, the springs are never strong enough inside those clips
Mm-hmm.
to push the next round up into the chamber. And
Mm-hmm.
over time, if you're the type of person that leaves a 9mm clip fully loaded and you don't leave them unloaded, that spring will weaken. So that gun will jam.
Mm-hmm. Look at Roxanne's comment.
What's that?
Let's get an elephant gun. Let's get an elephant gun. That would be wild. Can we say overkill? No, man. But
All right.
no, I mean, um, last night's investigation, it's not an excuse. I'm used to investigating things on my own. I've done that my whole life. It's only recently have I started bringing other people with me on investigations. But a lot of it
Right.
has to do with trust issues. I really, 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 really have to trust a person. Uh, there's no such thing as overkill. um, and because I
You
mean,
should have
a lot of people don't.
Roxanne for your backup.
No kidding. You know, William and I think a lot alike. William and I have only connected recently. We've only connected less than a year ago.
Yeah.
But his upbringing and my upbringing is very similar. Now, a lot of stuff in my upbringing was self taught. Some of it was family taught. A lot of it experiences, bad decisions included, mostly bad decisions included, is
Right.
what taught me a lot of stuff that I know.
Right.
So if I go out and investigate alone, I'm used to it. I know what to expect. I know when it's time to get the hell out of there. And
Yeah.
last night was a prime example. It was time to get the hell out of there. I don't know. I mean, people said they can hear it in my voice, which I'm sure you could. I was trying to sound tough. I was trying. I guess I failed. Um, but whenever I started feeling it, and I'll be talking and pausing this because I hear something or I felt something. I'm like, okay, and I try to explain to people because I want people to get an idea what goes through my brain when I'm investigating. So that
Right.
was part of what I was trying to do last night. But sometimes I'll get away from the live because I got to focus on me. And you'll
Right.
see that sometimes when I do investigations like last night live is I put the live to the side, and it's not to be mean to any. Okay, buddy, we are not going to do this dancing around. You're not sitting still. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody and put my live off to the side, but when I'm in that position, I got to focus on me, and
Right.
me is a little bit more important than that live is. So that's what you'll see that from that live last night in that investigation. Whenever I just completely ignored it, is because I had that feelings. Hold on, I need to focus on this. So, and that will happen. That's not going to be the only time that's ever going to happen when I'm on a live during an investigation. Y'all, I'm not drama. I'm not mainstream TV. I'm not doing this for clickbait. That's me, the raw nature me on an investigation.
Right. Yeah.
What happened? What was he? So I was doing an initial investigation on the werewolf / dog man sightings. There's been 2 of them in 50 years in this area. I went to the original one that happened 50 years ago. And that's what I was doing last night on live on my show, Monica. So
Woo,
if
you
you
must
guys are
be
watching
rich.
my live,
Woo must be one of them rich people there getting that HBO Max.
yeah, I had to give mine up.
That
So,
stuff is getting expensive, man.
It is. So I hope none of you guys take it personal. If I ignore the live when I'm doing that stuff, I'm doing it for a very good reason. I'm not trying to be mean to nobody.
Yep.
Would you
Exactly.
do it for fish bait? No, so you guys know me. I love the followers I got. It don't matter if I've got 2 or I've got 50 million followers. I'm still going to do what I do. I love what I do. I love putting information out there. I love giving you guys real time experiences. This is why I do what I do. I don't know where I'm at now. When I last checked, I think I was at 486 when I was switching accounts over last night. Y'all pay more attention to it than I do, which is funny. But I love. Don't get me wrong. I love watching the paranormal. Few of the paranormal and the Bigfoot shows that's on the boob tube. Yeah, I like them. They're entertainment. That's Holly Scrooge. Sorry, that's Holly Scrooge. What you got last night is the real deal thing. You're not always going to find something on investigation. You're not always going to experience something on investigation. Anybody who thinks that I'm going to go out in the woods and find something, hey, Scott,
Hey,
I'm
Scott.
sorry. You're not. Oh, thank you, Richard. But you're not going to. Not every single time are you going to have an experience. Not every single time are you going to find something. That's Holly Scrooge lying to people. That is drama to get followers. I mean, I'm sorry. If it's on the boob tube, it's straight up drama to get followers, to build, to make
What
money.
would you rather watch? Would you rather watch, Harry Potter, or would you rather watch a fluffy marine get chased by a cryptid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, which is more exciting to you?
Freaky, I wasn't able to do my thermal live, but I did post my thermal on my YouTube, and you'll see a moment of me that is not very common where I freak out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I freak out a little bit. I mean, something was messing with me, and it was time for me to go. Yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
so that's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you follow my lives when I'm out in investigations, you're not going to get clickbait stuff. You're not going to get this. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on, what's exactly going through my head. This could be this. This could be that. I'm not going to say this is what it is because I want to get people to follow me. No, I'm going to tell you the truth, y'all. Good,
yeah.
the bad, and the ugly behind it. That's what you're going to get with me. I like Harry Potter. Woo! I like Harry Potter.
Freaky. Oh God.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that'd be about the time I can actually run right now, Roxanne. Yeah. Yeah, sadly, Richard, I was. I hate to admit it. I had damn near had a brown pants moment last night. I actually one time actually had to put my hand on my pistol last night in my life because I heard something sounded big coming down that hill, and it was in the direction I kept feeling something watching me. Shamefully, it was a damn armadillo in the creek bed. But that's the kind of stuff that happens when you're out there. Cameraman needs to plug gunner running the creek would only show the yeah.
Oh
I
God.
mean, yeah.
Oh, I can't breathe. Oh man.
Oh, that damn
God.
armadillo got me last night. Thank
man.
you.
Oh
God.
Okay, I just lost my breath.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had a damn near had a. Hey, Robin, I damn near had a brown pants moment last night because I was like, "What the hell is it?" Because y'all can't feel what I'm feeling when I'm on investigation.
Armadillo man. Oh God.
Yeah, I'm trying to get caught up on the comments.
Oh man. Oh.
It was an armadillo squatch.
Oh.
The armadillo squatch. It was the weird-dillo. It was the weird-dillo. The weird-dillo was trying to get me last night.
Oh God, that was hilarious. Oh man.
Hey, you take it easy.
You guys are a riot.
Thank you for coming in.
You guys are a riot. Oh my
man.
God.
Hey Tracy, how you doing, sis?
Oh
man, yeah, it was definitely a weird-dillo. Hey Jacob. Eric Dillo.
Eric Dillo. Oh man.
I have actually been chased by a coon before, Roxanne. Them things are mean. Yeah, they are. Armadillos are loud as hell. What's funny was it was echoing. So as it was echoing, for me, it sounded like it was coming down the hill. And that's why I was focused on that hilltop, because the whole time I was there that last night, I felt like something was up on top of that cliff watching me, that hilltop. And then all of a sudden I about shit because I looked down, seen something move out of the corner of my eye, and it was a damn armadillo in the creek bed next to that cliff. Oh, you little bastard. Coons are fast. Yeah, they are. And coons are definitely fast.
Yeah, coons can get vicious too, man.
Dude. Yeah, I've been chased out of a tree stand by a coon before. Them damn things ain't. Yeah, they'll jack your world.
Yeah, they will. They'll gang up on you too, man. They'll take your wallet, they'll take your car keys, they'll take your dog, and they'll leave you butt naked out in the middle of the woods.
They're known as the masked bandit for a reason.
Oh man.
Yeah, twisted. They are. I've had one come running at me one time because they didn't know I was there.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. I mean, that is a possibility, yes.
Yeah.
But coons are very territorial. Coons don't like things in their trees or in their areas. They're very, very, very territorial.
I don't know. In our neighborhood, you got to worry
Oh,
about the
they
people
sell it.
being rabid.
Armadillos, yeah, you can get leprosy from an armadillo. And growled at me. I tossed my cell
Dumpster
phone in front
bandit
of,
gang.
sniffed, and then went away.
Oh,
They are
God.
dumpster bandits, dude. They are
Oh,
dumpster
man.
bandits, but they're good eating. They're really, really good eating. If you clean a coon right and you cook a coon right, that is some good eating.
Oh.
Just like groundhog. Groundhog same way. Good eating if you clean it right.
Well,
Uh,
we have been at it almost 2 hours, bro. So I'm sure
yeah,
you're exhausted, and I'm getting a little
I,
short-winded here. So, but we had a couple people in the chat yesterday that basically we lost 3 subscribers yesterday on Nighthawk High
mm,
Strangeness for the simple reason that we were talking about being Freemasons. Um,
mhm,
and I don't hold any ill will against anybody. Um, but if they're gonna judge you on the type of community services that you do, and
mhm,
that's exactly what masonry is. It's a community service. It's a
mhm,
brotherhood, no different than the Knights of Columbus or several other organizations out there that do food bank donations, homeless donations and assistance. All that. I just think it's a very, very sad world if you can't accept people for who they are and not what they belong to or the color of their skin. And I'm not going to play that card. And you all know the card I'm talking about. But, when you lose 3 people that have been in your chat the whole time, and anybody that knows us knows that me and Eric, we are Masons. Okay. We are.
mhm,
But we're normal guys, okay? We're a little
mhm.
abnormal every now and then when it comes to these investigations and joking around like we do. But for the most part, we are, we're just your average people, man. Okay, there's nothing satanic about us. There's nothing demonic about us. There's nothing evil about us. Okay, and I, for one, would not join an organization willingly if I knew that the organization was not for the good of humanity.
Yeah,
Okay,
no
plain and
kidding.
simple. Um, and it kind of threw me for a loop yesterday. I almost walked away from the channel completely. I honestly did. I almost did. Um, so we are still, I think, 5 or 6 away from getting 800 subscribers to the channel um, because of that. And it's just sad because the individual has been a part of our family in the chat for a while, and I got so mad about it because we treat everybody fairly. We don't treat anybody different in the chat. You guys are our family in the chat. That's all it is. Um, but it really threw me for a loop the other day when they judged me for a group that I belong to. Okay, that's like judging somebody for a fraternity that they had affiliated with in college. It's stupid. Um, so that being said, we're going to go forward with the channel. I, for one, will not talk about Freemasonry again on the channel because too many people are so brainwashed against it that it's getting ridiculous. So I'm for one just not even going to talk about it. I'm going to keep the charitable works to ourselves. There was an individual yesterday that I purposely wanted to help out. Twisted can tell you all in the chat about it. You know, we are here. We are put on this earth for one reason and one reason only, and that is to learn. Okay, we are complete divine energy. Okay, from our toes to the top of our head. We are pure divine energy. Okay. We come directly from the source. Okay. And for people to pass judgment on people for certain affiliations is childish to say the least. And I'm
Mhm.
probably going to step on more toes, but you know what? I'm at this point. I'm really done with the whole thing. Um, the Freemasons in my area, and I'm sure in Eric's area, have done more to help out the homeless, to help out the hungry, and to help out the children that need surgical needs done. Um, it's not an organization that is trying to make the fall of humanity the priority. It's not that at all. It is a group of individuals coming together for the common good of man and woman. Um, and if people can't see that, you know, by now, they never will see it. So that's,
Mhm.
that's my spill on it. Um, but there's it's sad. It really is to judge somebody that way. So now I've got to make
Mhm.
up the 6 or 8 um subscribers to the channel to get over 800 subscribers. Just like you're like 6 away from getting your 500 that you need.
Am I?
And yeah, you're something like that, I believe. I think so.
Honestly, I don't know.
Oh, here, I'll check.
Uh, okay. I was like, only time I check is when I switch accounts. I know it's probably better if I go in and look at a video. And the thing is people want to believe that all the negative that's said on the internet, and the actual people who are Masons and prove that negativity wrong, they'd rather believe the negative than they do the positive. Sorry, I mean, if that's the way you're gonna be, more power to you. It's a free world.
Yeah, it's just it's just
Hmm.
sad though when they do.
Ah, Blue. I didn't see you. I'm sorry, Blue.
Oh,
Hello.
come on, I don't want to sign.
Yeah, no, we can't lose our Blue. Just like we can't lose. Let me get back up here. I've seen so many messages now. I forgot who it was. Oh, Rhonda. No, we ain't gonna lose Rhonda. Y'all's good people. You are 4 away from what
No,
I
I'm
see.
I'm
Oh,
not
thank you,
saying
Raven.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, one away. So
I
yeah, I'm
be
just
honest with you.
it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way is all. So
Yeah, and Scott brings up a very good point, and I talk about this from time to time. YouTube will unsubscribe you. I constantly have to go in and resubscribe to stuff. Another thing they do
no.
is that little bell icon, they put it to personal and not all. So a lot of times when you're not getting notifications is because they changed that bell to from all to personal. So make sure any content creator you want to follow, make sure you're still subscribed to them and go in and make sure that the bell icon is set to all and not personal.
This wasn't a YouTube unsubscribing people. This individual sent a message onto the YouTube channel, and I'm not going to disclose this individual's name, but he unsubscribed himself and two of his family members from the channel because we were Masons, plain and simple. And I erased the message off of YouTube Studios, and basically even had to block him from the channel, unfortunately. So that being said, I will never pass judgment of somebody for any group that they belong to. I don't even pass. I'm beyond passing any type of judgment on anybody, to tell you the truth. It's just not worth it anymore. Okay, that the human spirit is not on this plane of existence to be judged by another human spirit. That's not our purpose. Okay, that's not our purpose and our goal in this life. And for somebody to do that and assume that they have the right to do that is completely wrong. So, but
yeah.
Oh, thank you,
Oh, hey,
deleted.
deleted. Here's one more. You're awesome. Yeah,
Thank you,
and that's
deleted.
so you guys, I've been doing this thing. It'll be 1 year, December 3rd. I'll be doing YouTube stuff. I'll be by myself, and then getting connected with William, and getting connected with DA, and getting connected with Jessica and Jesus Payon, and all the, I've met. Hey, Smurf.
Hey,
Um,
Smokey.
I've met some amazing people doing this YouTube stuff. And everybody who knows me and follows me long enough knows how I am. If you don't like what I put out, man, there's other subscribers. I'm not gonna knock you for it, dude. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not,
Right.
hey, more power to you. If you want to quit following me because I'm a Mason, hey, dude, I fought for your right to be that way.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna knock you for it. I feel sorry for you, but I'm not gonna knock it for you.
Well,
That's
that's what
why.
I
That's why.
explained. I basically
Yeah.
sent them a reply message telling them that I appreciate their support until now. Unfortunately, with them having to remove their support. But I also wish them the best of luck in finding what they're searching for, because they're with that type of a mentality, they're never going to find what they're searching for. And that's the sad part about the reality of this world. Um, you need to take your chances. You need to set your fear aside and step out in faith.
Yeah. So all I can say is peace, love, and blessings to them all, man. It's like when I do my lives, my investigations, you're going to get what you're going to get. You're going to experience the same thing I experiences: the good, the bad, the ugly, and the downfall
Right.
and the uptakes.
Right.
I'm not Holly Scrooge, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit for you. I'm not going to try to fake something to get you guys interested. I'm going to
Right.
give you real life stuff.
Right. Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly. And
that's what
that's
you get with
exactly
me.
what we try to put out on this channel too, and on your channel, is we try to put out information to help people. And by no ways and means are we even on here to even think of doing something wrong to somebody. Okay, that's not the way my
Damn,
brain
deleted.
works. My brain may be messed up from all the radiation treatment from cancer, and I may be forgetful time and time again, but that doesn't mean that I'm evil. Okay, just because I'm a Mason. So, but that being said, I'm going to get off that subject and just want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Deleted, for joining the subscribership. I appreciate that very much.
Um,
Um,
Freaky,
we
real
are
quick,
all,
Freaky. That wasn't. Oh, sorry.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Freaky, that wasn't snow and ice. That was one of the filters on my thermal, which lights up the area quite a bit. So where I was at, it was really pitch dark. So I went to that setting because that setting lights everything up where you can see it almost like daylight. And that was just the setting that was on it.
All right. All right. We appreciate everybody in the chat. That's, you guys are, when we say you're our family, you're our family. Okay. That's just the way it is. I want to remind everybody too, though, to especially Larry and Monica and everybody, send me your mailing address so I can get these stickers and stuff out to you all. And we'll go from there. And we'll be back again Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. We may be doing something a little different. I don't know. I want to get the time. I got to get the time to finish up a couple videos, and I'm just running out of energy in order to do that. So I'm trying to get these videos out, but when you're by yourself and doing it, you're sometimes things don't work out. So, but I'm working on it. So bear with me. So 11 p.m. Eastern, into the red rabbit hole again. For some reason, I don't know why, but Rumble won't even let me connect the channel to StreamYard. For some reason, the link from Rumble, the link from Rumble that I put on StreamYard so we can run it on Rumble too, doesn't work. It's weird. I don't know if it's StreamYard that's doing it or if it's Rumble doing it. So
when I talk to them about that, William, it's because they're not set up for that. So therefore you can't go that route.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, that leaves that out. So in other words, we got to go to Rumble to do a live on Rumble. So
that's why I've always had to go directly to Rumbles because they're not set up. Like even Talk Studios the same way. They're not set up to be able to do that on there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will be going live on Rumble this week sometime. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to get into the whole crap that's going on in the world today. We're going to cover a lot of different topics, topics from helping out people during the hurricane situation, the devastation, and other, political venues and stuff like that. And some conspiracy theories too, we're going to be going over, that need to be discussed today. So look for that live coming out on Rumble. Those of you that have joined the channel on Rumble, thank you very much. So other than that, Eric, if you want to tell them about what you got going on today with your channel and what your topic's going to be, and I will see everybody in the chat on Eric's channel later on.
Thank you. So tonight I'm going to be doing partial history on werewolves. There's too many werewolf legends to put it all in one show. History on werewolves. So I've got a select few countries that I'm going to be doing the history on werewolves. I've also, and I've talked to William about this, I've also came up with a new theory that has racked my brain for a couple days, and I'll be kind of putting that out on the live as well. So it's something that kind of works. I mean, it fits everything. So I'm just kind of curious what everybody thinks. I did find out last night Jessica Jones will be on with me tonight. So I've got to see if I could change that without losing my setup. So Jessica Jones will be on with me tonight as we dive into the history of werewolves. And that's what I got going on.
Okay. I want to put a special shout out to Lori in the chat. Hang in there, stay strong, and know that you're part of a family. Okay. And if anybody is in the Greensboro area, look her up and show her some love there because people in that area of the country have been devastated, and it's not just the hurricane, it's just the whole, it's almost like the whole political realm is just doing a meltdown, and good, God-fearing, honest people are losing everything. And we're here to help one another, okay? No matter what, no matter who we say we are here to help one another. And if we can't, then what good are we, you know? So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody. Check out Eric's live today. Werewolves, right?
Yep, it's going to be on werewolves, and I'm going to try to make a connection on something. Like I said, we'll discuss that tonight.
All right.
I think it's a pretty cool connection, and you and me kind of discussed it yesterday before we went live yesterday morning. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Ozzy. Aaron, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But yeah, so it'll be a fun night. So that will be tonight at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time on the Bizarre and the Unknown. My name there, I'll put my name in the chat. I don't know if you can click it, go directly in my channel or not. I'll just say hi. That way it puts up my channel. I'm not sure if you can click on it and go directly to my YouTube channel or not, but that'll be it there. It's my logo, back here. So awesome. You guys are amazing. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's really going to be fun. Now, I'm doing the werewolf topic for two reasons. One, because of the investigation that I'm currently doing. Two, y'all, it's almost Halloween. What's more fun for Halloween than daggone werewolves?
Trick or treat.
I'm sorry. Dude, if you're about to give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down your underwear.
Oh God. Oh. Oh boy.
I've always had a fascination with werewolves. I've always had a fascination with wolves. I created that artwork there for William that's behind us now. I created that for him because I was like, man, you need a good werewolf one for Halloween. Because he's like, yeah, I got the werewolves for Halloween. I said, here you go, bam, created that, and there you go. Bob's your uncle. Yep. You got it. I love doing that type of stuff. A lot of stuff on my shows when I do my videos and even my shows is artwork that I create. So, this is what's behind us is a prime example. That's just something that I created. I like doing that stuff. I do it for my book covers. I do it for my videos. I do it for my merchandise. Every bit of the merchandise I have in my merch store is 100% stuff that I created. Yeah. That is all.
Oh, Smurfy and Freaky Geek talking brownies. I ate a bad brownie one time.
Oh, the brownie I'm wanting, I can't have for another 10 years. But no, you guys are amazing. We'll have fun tonight.
Yeah, it'll be all right. It'll be a fun time. We always have fun anyways. So, that being said, everybody, we appreciate you all being here and part of the chat. That means a lot to us. So never forget that. Okay. And we will see you later on today on the Bizarre and the Unknown, talking about werewolves with Eric. Okay.
Heck yeah.
We'll see everybody in a little bit. Take care, everybody.
Peace, love, and blessings, everyone.